Ghana, ladies and gentlemen, was in talks with the EU to turn Ghana into a visa-free country.
So has it ever crossed your mind that Ghana might be getting closer to a visa-free travel to Europe?
No, the Lord lives. It is called European Ghana.
European Ghana.
Yes.
Okay.
European Ghana. In the structure of time, what I am looking at, Ghanaians will travel to Schengen countries with a Schengen visa.
Okay.
They will travel to those countries visa-free,
where there will be no embassy stress, no long queues, no visa rejections. That sounds impossible, right? But look closely and you find that the signs are all over the wall. And already there are several videos of pastors prophesying about this.
This is what I hear the Lord saying over the nation of Ghana. I hear the Spirit of God say that Ghana is a rising nation. I see within the timeline of the next 3 to 5 years, the Lord is going to cause there to be many international collaborations with the government of Ghana.
With all this pointing to the fact that Ghana might be getting closer to visa-free travel to Europe. And if you live in Canada, Europe, America, the UK, and you want to send money back home, don't go through the stress that a lot of people go through it, because Lemfi is an all-in-one app that can help you send money to your Momo or even to your bank account at free charges. Free! You don't have to pay any money, and instead you even get cash back. Now you can even get $10 or $20 bonus pack if you use my code KWEKUAFRICA. Now do that and support me, because you told me to stop putting on wig and I stopped putting on wigs.
Guys, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button and subscribe. These videos take quite a long time to make, so if you could help me out, I'll love you forever. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to this crazy story.
So this conversation didn't start from nowhere. In fact, currently as we speak, there are videos going viral of pastors already prophesying.
Wonderful. Which is very interesting. They are two I still hanging within the time.
Okay.
It is parted within timeline. So let's prepare effectively.
Okay.
Now as I speak to you right now, I'm sending a very simple prophetic operation in time. Anybody that hears this in the ministry of foreign affairs and everything, they will be surprised how I am already ahead of their plans. Yes. Now the Lord lives. It is called European Ghana.
European Ghana.
Yes.
Okay.
European Ghana. In the structure of time, what I am looking at, Ghanaians will travel to Schengen countries with a Schengen visa.
Okay.
They will travel to those countries visa-free. Yes. There will be about 14 countries visa-free for Ghana into Europe.
Really?
So they will turn Ghana into the European hub of Africa, where everybody will be rushing in from all over the world, coming to Ghana, trying to fight their way into Europe. There will be ties between Ghana and Europeans. And then they will begin to release certain structure. And then when they begin to release the structure, you will be able to just take your Ghana passport, walk and travel to Europe.
I see.
And come around several countries. Eastern Europe, Southern Europe, everywhere.
I know you've been within NDC 4 years.
Yes, 27. So it was
27.
It will kickstart in 20. Next year to kickstart, then 27 you have the opportunity. They will start from the first country, second country will pick up, and then to continue. And then Ghana will be attached in the forum. And then from there, they will begin to, there will be, I saw an opening where Ghanaians were traveling all across the country. So there's an opening visa free coming in for several countries as the Lord lives. I have seen it through time. As the Lord lives, it is established. So European Ghana, as the Lord lives, free visa free is coming. You take your Ghanaian passport, you travel out, and that will bring Ghana to a place where, as I'm speaking to you now in time, I saw Ghana having a system that was beyond UK, and people that were living in UK were abandoning the country and coming back. Yes, to Ghana.
And that is not all. Influencers, specifically Tuntum Network. Now, Tuntum Network is one of the biggest influencers in Ghana. I mean, the guy is so dope. In fact, the guy, his research and his analysis is on point. And for him, he has done an extensive research and come to the conclusion that Ghana is on way to becoming a visa-free or having a visa-free agreement to Europe. And before you do that, there are a number of things that you need to do or put in place before you can do that, because Europe does not want any, you understand, to enter their country. And so before they form or they have a visa-free with you, you need to comply with safety standards. You need to put things in place. And that's the reason why in Europe, there are a lot of countries who have applied to become part of the European Union, but it's been impossible for decades. Turkey, Romania, and some other countries. And so if you can see, Ghana is now doing a number of things to ensure that they qualify or they reach the standards to be able to have a visa-free with Europe. And so in case you haven't spotted, let me draw your attention to some of these things. So number one, Ghana has now introduced a chip embedded passport.
Ghana, ladies and gentlemen, was in talks with the EU to turn Ghana into a visa-free country to the European countries. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, you heard it right. This might sound ridiculous to you, but wait until it happens. The EU intends to use Ghana as a model of an extension of Europe in Africa. They want Ghana to be where African migrants go to and not Europe. This is why our security features in our passport has changed, and the government is cracking down on all non-Ghanaian passport holders, non-Ghanaian holding Ghana passport. They intend to clean the system before the next level of agreement is signed. So it begins with tightening our passports, and then it moves on from there. Did you know that the current Ghana passport is one of the very few passports in the world that uses all the different types of security features at the same time? Most countries use different parts, but we use all of it. We have the digital ID integration embedded in it. We have advanced chip security implanted in it, and we have high number of protective features that are unconventional also embedded in our current passport. Ladies and gentlemen, this new Ghana passport wasn't just made with Ghana's security in mind, for your information, but it was made also to make it appease the West for what they intend to do with Ghana moving forward. Mark my words. So it begins with tightening our passport, then it moves to SIM cards re-registration, and then you are mandated to get a Ghana card if you're a Ghanaian. And then Ghana is signing visa waivers with many countries in the world all of a sudden. And then this first security partnership, which we have just signed with EU, comes into fruition. And ultimately, the next thing is Ghana gets a visa waiver to EU countries. Mark my words. Ladies and gentlemen, mark my words. This is about to happen. This is about to happen. After the Second World War, it was America that built Europe. Then America helped build Japan and Korea. They want to build a country in Africa to be the alternative place for most Africans to go to, and also at the same time use it as their eyes and ears on the ground. And Ghana is that country, for your information. And listen, all the two political parties in Ghana are in on this. They support this idea. Ghana could have declined it if we thought it could compromise our neutrality in the regional and global conflicts. But that's not what is happening. The leadership of the country has made a decision. For all of us, ladies and gentlemen, they are making Ghana an extension of Europe in Africa. This could come to fruition, all things being equal, by as early as next year. Mark my words. I'm hereby predicting that by the end of next year, all things being equal, Ghana could have a visa waiver to Europe. And here's one reason in support of that. Europe is dying, man. Europe is dying. Their population is shrinking. They are not giving as much birth as before. And they went for citizens of unstable countries, countries at war in the Middle East, to boost their workforce. But It backfired. It backfired. Now they are looking at alternatives. Instead of encouraging their women or their people to have more births and revising their laws on abortions and same-sex marriages, they have made a decision to bring in people from elsewhere, from Africa this time, ladies and gentlemen. And it's people who share in their worldview by way of their religion, and that's when Ghana comes to play. The Ghana you see today on paper has changed completely. It isn't like it was before. A lot has changed, and it's important we come to terms with it. It's only a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen. You see things actually come to pass one after the other. You see them. Remember, you heard it from here first. This is my advice. This is my advice to the Gen Zs. If you are still in school or dropped out, get into computer programming if you can. You can learn this on your own without school on the internet for free.
So in simple terms, Ghana is rolling out modern biometric passport. So now our passport is being changed. If your passport expires and you go and renew, you get a chip embedded passport. This passport matches global travel standards and it makes international verification easier, and it's also required for advanced travel agreement. And that is one of the biggest criteria. That's why Ghana is moving to that direction. Again, recently you saw that Ghana is strengthening ties with the European Union. Ghana has signed several agreements. One of them is the trade agreement that Ghana has signed. And the latest one is the security partnership and border and migration cooperation that the Vice President of Ghana signed with the European Union in the program organized in Ghana. And with that, it makes Ghana the first African country to sign such an agreement with the European Union. And Ghana is beefing up its immigration system. Ghana has procured new equipment. Ghana is making sure that they have the database of everybody entering and exiting Ghana. Now, as we speak now, Ghana is on the way to have a new SIM registration. In fact, before, the outgone government did a new SIM registration, but the NDC government is conducting another one. Again, Ghana is also expanding visa-free access. So Ghana is now increasing visa-free and visa-on-arrival access globally, so that you don't have to go through queues to apply for visa, but you can apply it online.
This is what I hear the Lord saying over the nation of Ghana. I hear the Spirit of God say that Ghana is a rising nation. I see within the timeline of the next 3 to 5 years, the Lord is going to cause there to be many international collaborations with the government of Ghana. There's a light that is just beginning to shine. I also really see an increase in population in the residents and the natives of the land of Ghana. God's hand is upon it, and there is a divine deposit of prophecy that is hanging over the land. The land of Ghana is going to even grow and blossom to be one of the destinations that are very much sought after. This will begin to happen in the next 5 to 10 years. I perceive that the Lord is likening Ghana and the people of the land to Jews, how they're spread abroad and across many different territories of the earth. Where they are, there's something distinct about them. Ghana has been in my spirit, and this is what I feel as though the Spirit of God is saying over the nation of Ghana.
Ghana is doing all of that to make it easy and possible for them to have a visa-free with the European Union. And you can also see that Ghana's passport is gradually and slowly gaining power. Recently, Ghana has signed visa-free agreement with a number of countries, all right, from the Caribbean to so and so to a lot of African countries. And you can see that Ghana's passport has appreciated. Now, let's set some records straight. So, as it stands now, Ghana does not have visa-free access to Europe's Schengen zone. No, as it stands now, it's no. It's a zero. And again, there is no official announcement that has confirmed this, okay? I'm giving you analysis and, what is happening and the signs that an indication that it's given to you. And also, let's also put on record that even some powerful countries have struggled, yes, to get access, okay? So it is not easy to have, a visa-free agreement with the European Union. It's not easy at all. Romania has been struggling. Turkey has been struggling. There are a couple of countries who have tried severally, but it's been very difficult for them. But that does not also mean that Ghana cannot have it, all right? Overtaking is allowed. As you can see, Ghana is becoming a stable partner, a trusted gateway in West Africa, a key player in migration and security. And these are the exact conditions countries need before visa relaxations even become a conversation. And if that day comes, it will change everything. Do you think that Ghana will ever get visa-free access to Europe? Is it possible? Leave your comment in the comment section. It's a wrap for today.